Hey guys, obviously I want to just get some thoughts in about what's happened in the past couple of days because I get wisecrack tweets and comments about, well, are the Bills rebuilding now? And the answer to that is yeah, but not in the sense that you keep using it. Rebuilding is a bad thing is it means you're not going to win a lot of games. The Bills are rebuilding. They're at the base of the rebuild, their foundation or whatever. That I don't view it like that at all. They're definitely rebuilding a little bit. Like they're out with Rex's guys, in with their guys. They only have 30 guys left from last year's team. That's insane. Out of 90, only have 30 left. So there's some serious turnover. There's some rebuilding in that sense, some retooling maybe. I just don't think that it's why I still look at it why are they bad? They definitely didn't get better by trading Sammy Watkins and Ronald Darby. But how much worse can you really get? Trading a corner and a receiver for a guy, another corner and a receiver. Not that E.J. Gaines is the best player in the world. Obviously, he graded out pretty low, but that was on a different team via PFF. That was a different team and a different scheme. Different team, different scheme. So now he's with the Bills. I mean, this is a fresh start for him. It's indicative of the type of player he might be, but it doesn't mean he can't play. And Jordan Matthews led the league last year leads the league in leads the league in receiving yards from the slot since coming into the league in 2014. All receivers. So you got that position there. Now you're well, we got kind of this log jam at slot receiver, and yeah, I get that. I mean. What if I told you Jordan Matthews is one of 7 receivers to have 225 catches, 2,500 yards, and 19 touchdowns in their first 3 years? Only 7 guys have ever done that. Jordan Matthews is one of them. The other 6 are Randy Moss, Larry Fitzgerald, A.J. Green, Odell Beckham, DeAndre Hopkins, and somebody else. I can't think of it. I can't remember. But it's good company to be in. Might even be Bolden. We also have. That's what you're looking at this log jam at slot receiver, but Zay Jones looks like he's going to play outside. They can all play outside a little bit. I would agree that Matthews is best fit for the slot. So is Bolden. But, maybe what you mean by the slot sort of is that they're best line inside the numbers. That's where they're best lining up. And, even if you're technically on the outside, but inside the numbers, you can still do some damage in there. We'll see. We don't really know what the Bills are going to do on offense. The bottom line is, I was shocked, too. I read it and went, and I had, I'm not even kidding, 40 text messages on my phone because I was playing basketball while it happened. And then opened it up and I'm like, oh my God. Your, heart sinks into your chest. You don't really know what to think at first. But, now it's been a couple days and the shock is worn off. The real shock, I guess, is that they actually made this move. That they actually did it. Because it seems kind of smart. Brandon Beane, one of the first things he brought up when, what went into trading Sammy, he's well, it wasn't really shopping him, but, a lot of factors go into that, re-signability. Bang, boom. They weren't keeping him. And that sucks. I just don't know if, they don't know if they're going to be in position to pay him. Because you just got to think Sammy with Odell coming up, even though he's got a 5th-year option, and Jarvis Landry, Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, Sammy's got dollars in mind. And Jordan Matthews might too. He's at the end of his contract year, but you're getting a look at him for this year. So I'm optimistic about that. This is what you clamor for. This is what y'all want. You want change, but oh God. It's I tweeted this, change is permeating through the organization, but God forbid it happens on the players. Oh my God, God forbid they acquire a 2nd-round pick for a wide receiver who has 1,000 yards one time, I mean, he had 982 in his rookie year, but like one time in his first 3 years, and missed 8 games last year, and missed 8 games, and the Bills still finished 10th in scoring. And he only had more than 4 receptions one time in that 8 games that they played. And you know what happened in that game? They lost to the Dolphins. They had like 600 yards of offense, and we pretty much agree that it's not the offense's fault they lost that game, but I'm just saying. Because I think that alludes to the point that he doesn't make that much of a difference in wins or losses. Like the drop-off between him and Sammy is, in talent, I agree. Sammy Watkins is better. But like, will that translate to like serious amount? Like, are the Bills suddenly like, oh well, we were thinking about 7-9, 8-8. Well, now we're more like 5-11, 6-10. Like he matters 2 or 3 wins. Sammy Watkins to Jordan Matthews, it's 2 to 3 wins. That's his WAR rating, his wins above replacement, so to speak. I don't think so. I don't buy that at all. I don't think you should buy that at all. This is this is a good thing for the long term of the organization. I agree. Like they got 6 picks in the draft. Everyone knows that. In the first 3 rounds next year, like they could still be good this year, and then infuse those 6 players into the lineup and be even better. Like that's a possibility. But if they're not good, they can get 6 new players in here and keep it like and get better. The idea is to constantly get better. They could be bad this year. They could be. I know that. And then get 6 different new players in there and change things around. But they, like I said, they could be good. And then they get 6 new players on top of it. And maybe a quarterback, who knows? I just still want to know what you guys think. You can hit me up on Twitter. You have been. Hit me up in the comments. Twitter handle, same as my username for YouTube. As always, guys, go Bills.